Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're diving into a story that, on the surface, is about a single fruit. But it's really about flavor. It's about memory. And it's about this incredible fight to save our shared heritage before it just disappears.
It's a pretty wild thought, right? We think of food as, fuel or pleasure. But what if a piece of food could actually be a symbol powerful enough to end disputes, to create harmony? We're going to dig into that very idea.
You see, the fruit at the heart of our story today, it isn't just one thing. It's woven right into the fabric of a culture. It's used for everything from festival drinks to traditional remedies. But, like so many other unique foods out there, its future is, it's shaky. And that puts its entire legacy at risk.
Okay, so to really get the story of this one fruit, we have to zoom out and look at a much bigger problem. It's kind of strange. We're living in this age where we can produce more food than ever, but our plates are actually becoming less diverse. Just think about it. Next time you're in the grocery store, look at the apples. You'll see maybe Gala, Fuji, and you think, hey, I've got options. But here's the crazy part. There are over 7,500 varieties of apples in the world, and yet just 4 of them make up 80% of what's grown globally. This isn't just about apples, though. It's a global trend. Industrial agriculture is pushing thousands of these unique local foods right to the edge of extinction.
And this is happening all over. Let's just take one ecosystem, for example. Brazil's Cerrado, which is this huge tropical savanna. So many of its native fruits, you might know pequi, but what about articum or bacaba? They're now at risk. Deforestation and cities expanding mean these plants, which usually just grow wild, they're just vanishing. So what can anyone do about this?
Well, this brings us to a really cool project. This slow food movement saw this crisis happening and created what's essentially a global catalog of endangered heritage foods. They call it the Ark of Taste. And its whole mission is to find, document, and champion these vanishing flavors before they're gone for good.
So how does a food get a spot on this ark? The process is actually pretty simple. And what I love is it's totally democratic. It starts with just an indication. Anyone, you, me, anyone, can go online and nominate a food they think is at risk. Then a team of experts looks at it. They ask, is it culturally important? How threatened is it really? And if it meets the criteria, boom, it's cataloged. It becomes part of this global library of flavors.
And this is a huge effort. In Brazil alone, there are 136 products currently on that ark. And we're not just talking about fruits and veggies, it's also animal breeds, traditional cheeses, even unique ways of preparing things. Each one tells a story. And today, we're going to follow the journey of one of those passengers.
All right, let's zoom in on one of those 136 passengers. We're going to focus on a single fruit that just perfectly captures this entire struggle. It's called the jenipapo. Its story has it all: the threats, the deep cultural roots, and the fight to save it.
So here it is. At first glance, it doesn't look like much. It's kind of oval-shaped with this soft, brownish, wrinkled skin when it's ripe. It grows on the Junipero tree, which can get up to 30 meters tall. But don't let its simple looks fool you. It's hiding a really rich and complex identity. And its name, that gives us our first big clue. The word jenipapo comes from the indigenous Tupi language. It means fruit that stains. And that little fact right there, that's the key that unlocks everything.
Because the jenipapo is so much more than just a food. Its ability to stain the skin has made it the central piece of cultural and spiritual life for indigenous communities for centuries.
And the crucial thing is what that stain symbolizes. There's this indigenous legend that says a deity gave the green fruit to a warrior to help him end conflicts. The dark pigment is seen as a symbol of peace and harmony. So when it's used as body paint, it's this beautiful way of saying that humans are partners with the environment, not separate from it.
This one fruit is a true cultural multi-tool. Communities like the Tupinambá use it for body paint in the rituals. In northeast Brazil, it's the star ingredient in liquor for the big São João festivals. People make it into sweets and jams, and it's a staple in traditional medicine used for everything from anemia to liver problems. It's like a whole library of cultural knowledge, all wrapped up in that wrinkly skin.
But that library is under threat. And the story of saving the Jenipapo is really the story of the people on the front lines, the communities who have looked after this fruit for generations.
So you've got this real battle going on. On one side, the threats are huge. Deforestation is wiping out its home. Traditional knowledge is fading as elders pass away. But on the other side, you have its guardians. You've got Quilombola and indigenous communities fighting to protect their ancestral lands. Scientists are working on how to grow it better, and chefs are reminding us how amazing it tastes, bringing it back to the menu.
And this fight, it's not some abstract idea. It's incredibly personal, and it comes at a real cost. This quote from Sal Mariano, a Quilombola leader, it just hits you. For him, defending the land where Jenipapo grows was about defending his identity, his history, his people's legacy. It was a fight he was proud of, even if it meant getting arrested.
So after all this, you might be wondering, why get so worked up over just one fruit? Well, because its fate is tied to so much more than just a taste or a recipe.
Just from a food perspective, look at what's at stake. An entire world of unique flavors, candied sweets, jams, amazing drinks, liquors, syrups. If we lose the Jenipapo, we lose this entire branch from our global culinary tree.
But it goes so much deeper than that. Saving a fruit like Jenipapo means saving a living library. It holds those stories of peace and harmony. It holds the ecological wisdom of the people who know how it grows. And it holds the culinary traditions passed down from parent to child. That's what biodiversity really is. It's the diversity of life and the diversity of our relationship with it.
And that kind of leaves us with one last question to think about. The extinction of a food is quiet. It doesn't usually make the news. But when it's gone, we don't just lose a flavor. We lose a story. We lose a piece of our collective human history. And we lose one more thread in that intricate web that connects us to our planet. Thanks for joining us.